Hello and welcome to a new course with me. In this course you are going to learn how to build a complete forum with admin panel in PHP, MySQL, Bootstrap and PDO. So after you finish this course you should have a clear understanding of how web apps are created with modern technologies, how to combine the tools that I just mentioned to build something that's meaningful, plus you are gonna have fun along the way. Alright, so here's a little bit about me. I am Muhammad Hassan. I am a web developer, freelancer, and an instructor. I have taught more than 30,000 people programming in the past year only, and I also have more than 350,000 people who are registered in my courses. Alright, so let's take a look at the finished version of our own web app after this short break. Alright. Alright, so we're back once again after this short pause or break, and here is simply the layout or the index page of our own symbol forum. Alright, so we have a couple of pages right here for the login, and we also have the register page right over here. Alright, and we also, if we look down over here, we can have we have a section right here for the categories, and and the number of topics for every category right here. Alright, and we have the form statistics, we have the total number of users, topics, and so on. Alright, so yeah, this is what we have. If we simply go to the index page once again, if we go to the topic right here, we can see that we have the topic right over here, and simply we can write our own reply right over here. Alright, and if we log in, I already have some emails. Alright, if we copy some credentials from the users table, and if we try to log in, well, simply there we go, we got our own username right here. We got the public profile and any profile pages. Alright, we can simply now create a topic right here, of course with a nice little validation. So as you can see, one or more inputs are empty. Alright, so yeah, there is a lot of cool functionalities here and there. So as you can see right over here, and of course we have an admin panel for this whole thing to manage it. If I simply go ahead to admin-panel right now, alright, so I'm actually logged in already. So if I go ahead and log out, and I can simply go ahead to the admins table, and you can just grab an email right here, or I can grab this one and I can try to log out. Alright, so there we go, we have some statistics right here for the admin, for our own forum. Alright, the number of topics, categories, admins, and replies, and right here we can simply manage creating the admins and showing them. And right here also we have some stuff for the categories, or you can also manage them right here and there for the topics and also the replies. Alright, so there is a lot of cool features here and there. Of course, you might think that this project is really easy, but it's actually not. We're gonna be getting into some tough and hard topics and complex topics about SQL and PHP and so on. So you're gonna learn amazing and solid stuff in this course. Alright, so this will actually be all. I don't want to go ahead and make this video too long, and I'm pretty excited already to go ahead and build this project with you. Alright, so if you like this course, get it right now, right? XAMPP. An XAMPP is just a server runner, or just simply a program that will allow us to have a bunch of tools, when we're working with development, especially back-end development. Alright, so we will basically have a server, which is the Apache server, which is simply just a local server, and we will have MySQL and the PHP programming language, and we will also have PHP MyAdmin, which is just a tool for managing databases. And we can also have a bunch of stuff, like it also includes the Perl programming language, and if you're not familiar with it, it's basically a programming language that's widely used for programming for networks, stuff like that. All right, but you know, this is not our subject. So what we need to do in this video, we are going to go ahead and install XAMPP. So if we just go and type in XAMPP right here, we should see this link, which is the apache-friends.org. So if we click on this, so now we will go to this page, and it's telling us download right here. So we can download this for different operating systems. So here we have Windows, and here we have Linux, and this is Apple right here, OS. So we click on this. Obviously I have Windows, so now a window should pop up right here, and we can just download this right away. All right, so now we can just download it. If I click on save, I already downloaded the program right here. If I just click on save, now it's starting to download. I'm just gonna cancel this, and I'm gonna go ahead right away and install it. All right, so after you download it, just go ahead and click on it right here. I saved it in my desktop. So if I click on yes, all right, so very important because you activated user account. All right, so if we simply click on OK, and if we click on next, so as you can see right here, here are our own components, or the tools that we have right here. So right here I'm gonna keep MySQL. So we already have the server checked for us. We cannot even like edit it or something. And here we have the Apache server, and here we have MySQL, FileZilla. I don't want this and this also and this, so I'm gonna remove them. I'm gonna keep Perl. If you don't want it, you can just go ahead and uncheck it. You know, as you can see right here, here's programming language, and we already have PHP checked for us. And here program language is also here. I'm gonna uncheck this and uncheck this. I want PHP MyAdmin because it's a very handy tool for managing databases. So if we click on next, we also click on next. The selected folder is not empty. Please select a different folder. All right, so if we go right here, all right, so I want to delete this because I tried to install it like before. So if I go to my C, you're probably not gonna do this because you did not install it before. So if I just delete this, if I go delete again, all right, so now if we just keep it right here at the C, and it's gonna create this folder right here, and it's gonna install our program inside it. So if we click on next, now we can see the language is English. Now there is English and Deutsch. I'm gonna keep it English. And if we click next and also next, now it's installing this right here. So here you can see it's generating this file right here, and it's installing the files inside right here, which is in the C partition. All right, so I'm gonna close this, and I'm gonna get back to you in a couple of minutes until it finish. All right, so it's nearly finishing up, and it's telling me that it's gonna access the firewall here. So I'm gonna go and allow access for this in order for this installer to finish up. All right, so just let's wait a second. All right, so now it's over. So it's telling me setup has finished installing XAMPP on your computer. Do you want to start the control panel now? And I'm gonna go ahead and uncheck this, because if I left this checked and if I clicked on finish, you know, we will have to start XAMPP every time you close or you turn off your own computer in order to go ahead and actually work with it. All right, but if we uncheck this, and if we click on finish, and if I go ahead now to my C partition right here, and if I go to XAMPP, and if I go down here, and if I go to the control panel, and if I try to run this as an administrator, XAMPP will run automatically every time you turn on your own computer, right? So you don't wanna so you don't have to like start it all over again, right? Because this is just noisy, all right. So if we click on this, click yes to install the Apache server, yes. And if we also click on this, so this is also yes. All right. If we click on start, and if we simply start this also, all right, so great. We click on admin. All right, so this should start all of this. All right, if we click also on PHP MyAdmin right here, all right, so here is basically they're both working, which is just awesome. All right, if we go htdocs right here, all right, so if we simply go localhost, and if we go index.php, all right, so it's still going to the same page, all right, which is this right here. So yeah, they're working now. Everything looks great. And probably if you're watching this, maybe like 99% of you guys have already like set up this this program, okay? And if you did, just leave just follow along, you can skip this video, whatever you like. So basically I have it down here, but if you wanna, I have already installed it, but if you look up down here, Visual Studio Code, we go over here, click on this link, you can click on download for Windows. Now it's gonna like show you how to download. It gives you like a Visual Studio Code. So if you click on save, it's actually going to be downloaded. So I actually downloaded it, so I'm going to cancel it, and I have it over here on my desktop. And you're gonna click I accept this agreement, next, and I'm not gonna add it to the path. So I'm gonna go ahead. If you want to create like a desktop icon or anything, it's basically like a simple program like any other program that you set up. And now if I click on install, I'm gonna be like installing this like Visual Studio Code. And if you go up over here, you can after you install it, you can look it up and it will show up right here, and you can open the Visual Studio. You can start coding with me. And of course, if you have like a PHP store, if you have like Sublime, like I have one over here, if you have text plus, it's all fine. All of them will do the trick. I don't want to like click install because I've already have my Visual Studio Code right here. It will override this one that I already have, and I have a lot of settings and extensions, so I don't want to like set up all of that again. So I'm just going to cancel, but you will click on install and it will install it right away for you. So yeah, I hope I will be like this one. This one is so simple, and as I said, every text editor will show you our theme right over here. All right, so this what the design or the theme of our project looks like. So we will have an index page right here. With this section, we will display a couple of posts or topics that we have inside our own form, with of course some information about the post, and we will display also the number of comments right over here, or the number of replies for every post. And on the side right here, we will display the categories, and the number of every and each category that we have right here, or the number of topics inside every category. And we will have form statics like the number of users, topics, categories, and all of that stuff. And we will have a couple of pages. We will have a register page, and we will have a login page. If I go right here and write in login.html. So here is actually a login page. All right, and we also have we'll have a create topic page right here where users can go ahead and create their own topics with this little text area right here, this little text editor. All right, so yeah, this should be a really cool project if you're starting out with PHP and MySQL and you don't know, where to go. If you learn both technologies and you don't know what to do with them. So yeah, this is going to be pretty cool. All right, and don't just think that this is all. We will actually do a lot of functionality and a lot of complex stuff. You might think that this is not a great project or anything like that. Yeah, I know it's pretty simple, but underneath there's going to be a lot of complex functionality, especially with MySQL and so on. All right, so just look up the resources file or the resources section for this video, and you'll actually find the code for this design, so you can start along with me. All right, and go to your C partition, go to XAMPP, and then htdocs right here, and just copy just paste your own code or your own files. All right, so I already did this, so here we go. Go ahead and open this with VS Code or any text editor that you like. All right, and now let's go ahead and start creating our own config file. So if you're not familiar, if you did not create any project with PHP and MySQL or any backend project, the config file is basically the file that's going to allow you to manage your own queries, create your own connections to your database, and so on. This is one of the most important files that you're going to deal with when creating your own backend projects, whether it's in a native, in your native language like PHP, Ruby, and so on, or even in a framework like Laravel, CodeIgniter, Symfony, Django, and so on. All right, so let's go ahead and build this file or create this file. So I want to go ahead first and create a folder, config right here, and I want to create the file inside it. So this is going to be config.php. All right, so let's go ahead and start and get going with this file right here. So we need 4 things in order to go ahead and create your own connection to our own database. All right, the first thing that we need to do is the host, or that we need to get is the host. So I want to go ahead and write this as define right here. I'm not gonna create them actually as variables, because the define right here means or the constant right here with define, it's gonna allow us to create stuff or variables that are not changeable. All right, so the host, the password for your own database, the name of your own database is not going to be changeable right here, so we better use constants, all right, in PHP. All right, so where we go, here's actually the host. All right, and the value for the host right here, this is the name of the constant, and this is going to be the value. All right, so the value for the host, it's going to be almost always localhost right here. After this, we're gonna need the DB name. All right, so define once again DB name right here, and the value for this we're gonna write forum. This is going to be the name of our own database. All right, after this we're gonna go ahead and grab the user for this database. So again, define and the user, it's going to be again root right here. All right, after this, the password for our own database or for our own PHP myadmin tool, it's going to be define pass right here. All right, so I have no password. This is why I left it like this as blank. So if you have one, just go ahead and write the password right here. And after this, we're gonna go ahead and create this connection variable right here, or it's actually going to be an object, because we are going to instantiate the PDO class inside PHP. This is the type of technology that we're going to use when dealing with with PHP, when dealing with databases. All right, so this will allow us to validate stuff, manage stuff really quickly and more securely. All right, so we're gonna go ahead right over here and we're gonna grab these credentials right over here. But before we do this, I want to specify the type of database that I'm using, which is MySQL, because PDO can actually provide us with, quite a lot of databases, types of databases, SQL server, Postgres, SQLite, and so on. So I'm going to specify my database right here, which is MySQL. After this, I'm gonna write this column, and after this, I'm gonna go ahead and type in host right here. It's going to equal, and now I'm going to concatenate this since it's dynamic value right here. All right, and after this, I'm gonna write this, this semicolon to end this statement. After this, we're gonna specify the DB name. So the DB name, basically, we are going to specify the DB name right here. All right, after this, I'm gonna leave all of this right here. I'm going to start a new statement. Now we're gonna also type in the user and the password right over here. All right, so this is how you connect your database with PDO. Now every time we will go ahead and do a connection to our own database to grab data, insert data, update data, and so on, we're gonna go ahead and use the connection right here. All right, this is mandatory, of course. So I want to test if we actually made a successful connection to our own database or not. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do this right here. So I'm gonna go if the connection is true right here, we're gonna go ahead and echo out a simple message like DB connection is a success. All right, else we're gonna go ahead and echo out error. All right, so yeah, save all of this. Now let's go ahead, just go ahead and open up your browser. I'm gonna go localhost slash forum, which is the name of my project right over here. After this, I wanna access the config folder, and after this, I wanna access the config .php right over here. So as you can see, we got this error message right here. If you look down here, it says unknown database forum right over here at line 17. So it's not seeing this forum database right over here, and that totally makes sense because we did not create this database just yet. So let's go ahead and type in PHP myadmin right over here. All right, so actually what we need is localhost slash PHP myadmin. All right, so just go to this tool right here. All right, so you want to create a new database, simply click on new right here and just paste the paste the word forum right over here and click on create. All right, so there we go. Now as you can see, here is my database right over here. If we refresh this, so there we go, it says now DB connection is a success, which means that everything is working perfectly. All right, so if I go ahead and comment this for now, let's actually go ahead, I want to validate the connection to our own database. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a line right here. So the line I want to go PHP PDO error handling right here. All right, so if we click on this link, errors and error handling right over here, if we go down, we can grab this line right here. So this line will allow us to simply set an error mode. This will actually throw an exception or a nice little message if we have something messed up with our own database connection. All right, so I want to paste this in. Of course, I want to grab this object and paste it right here because this is our own object. Yeah, something else that we can do is simply let's see, try and catch. All right, so we can simply grab the try and catch. Yeah, we can grab it from here. All right, so let's go down. All right, so there we go. We can simply grab this and paste it up there. All right, we can close this block like this, and we can grab the catch block, the first part right here, and paste this in, and we can also close this like that. So we can copy this line right here. All right, throw new blah blah blah. Now we're not gonna take this. I guess we're gonna like write this myself, so I'm gonna go echo e right here, or even exception right here, get message. All right, I know that you're confused and you're saying what what's this guy's writing right over here, or what is he doing. So the try and catch block will basically validate for our own code. So when this page is going to load, well, first of all, it's going to go right here and at the try block right here, and it's going to execute this code right over here, going to execute all of this. If it worked, that's fine, but if something is wrong right here, it's going to execute this catch block right here. All right, so the catch block, we have a PDO exception right over here, which is also a class, and we're taking this object from inside it, which is the exception, and after this, if something is wrong right here, we're gonna echo out this get message method right here, which is gonna give us a nice little message, about what's going on, and about what's going wrong, or what's wrong inside this block right here. All right, so this is what all of this is about. All right, so I hope that you're getting what I'm saying right here. It's not that hard. So let me save all of this. Let me go back once again, refresh. All right, so everything is cool. If we simply we try to mess up the the name of our own database, let's add these r's right here. Let's save and refresh. All right, so as you can see, we got a nice cool little message. You can see that this message is a lot better than the other one. So it says right here, unknown database form from RRR. So of course this is unknown. If we save, if we get back with Control Z and save this whole thing, and if we go back and refresh, all right, so as you can see, it's looking great. Everything is perfect, since it's not triggering any errors. So this will be a config file, and it's all cool. We connected to our database through this file, and it's all fine. And now we want to go ahead and create a header and a footer file. So why we need to go ahead and create those? If you go, the answer, if you go to the index page right now, which is index.html, you're going to see that we're going to have a header right here, and that's going to be fixed at the top always, and we will have two sections right here on the side. So those three will be included at every page that we have. And of course, if you look at these files right here, you're gonna find the codes for these at every file that we got right over here. So why would we go ahead and leave those down here, since we can just cut them and paste them in two files, and we can include this or require it on every file that we have. All right, so this should save us a lot of time and a lot of energy. And of course, we're gonna work with sessions later on, so this will also help us a lot along the way. All right, so if we go right here and just create an includes folder, and if we go and create a header.php right here, so I want to go to the index, and I want to go ahead and cut the part for the header. So we will start from here, all right, from this div at the top. So cut this and go ahead and paste it in. So save. All right, so go right here and just try to include this. And since now we need to go ahead first and turn this to PHP. All right, so now we can require this. So we can go require. All right, so we will go to includes first, which is the folder, and then we will go header.php. All right, so cool, save now. Let's go ahead and create another file, which is footer.php. So let's rename this. All right, so I want to also go to the index. We can close this now. So I want to go at the bottom of the index, and we will start from this part right here, because this is the section for the categories, and this is the section for the statics, the forum statics right here. So those we will need both of those. All right, so if we go and grab those right here, so cut, paste right here, save and close, and now we can simply go right here and go PHP require includes /footer.php and save all of this. So let's now go and refresh the index, and let's see if something is wrong or not, or the design is messed up or not. So let's refresh this. So as you see, as you're seeing right here, nothing has been changing. It's all the same. Everything is fine. All right, so this will be all. And in the next video we're gonna go ahead and start building